In this video, I'm going to show you how to set your Joomla site to not send plain text passwords in plain text when people register a profile. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. Let me change to my starting glasses. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to today's Maintenance Monday live stream, which I believe is number 43, if I'm correct. Thank you very much for your support of this channel, and I am so glad for your participation in it. And if you're watching this live, you probably are already subscribed and got notification, except for my friend Sushil, who is watching from Pakistan. I was chatting with him just before coming on. And I think Mary's probably going to chime in here soon. I've been talking to her on Facebook, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. If you are watching, please say hi in the comments, like this video, and even share it with some other Joomla friends that you have. So today's topic is going to be another catch-up topic. As you know, a couple of weeks ago I was away when Joomla 3.8.8 came out. I didn't do a how to update video on that. And so then there were 4 new default security setting changes to Joomla 3.8.8. So all Joomla installs from 3.8.8 forward will have these settings enabled or disabled depending on which they are. And if you have an older site, you might want to consider matching your settings to these new settings. Also, in a little while after we talk about that, we're going to go on to the chat. And I also thought you could help me experiment with Google Hangouts, see how well they'll work here on the channel. So some of you want to stay tuned when we're chatting afterwards. I'll post the URL for that and we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work out very well, I can always edit it out afterwards. So let's head on over to the screen. Pay attention there. And now I will switch to my grandpa glasses. I like to have the other glasses on at first so that you can see my eyes instead of they kind of get lost in this reading glassness. And also it's super warm here at CyberSalt World headquarters today. It's only going to get warmer because I have just closed the window to block the traffic out. So nice cold water in my Joomla mug and my regular Labs cooler, I guess, which is actually just one I got from a conference a while ago, and I stuck a regular Labs sticker on there. So here we are. I'll put this link in the description for the video for you to check out. The 4 new default settings, the change default settings, are here at this link here. And here we're going to talk today about not sending the plain text password via email. Now, I'm not going to talk too much today about why not to do that, because that was already a topic in a previous version of Maintenance Monday. Number 21, back on January the 8th, 2018. So almost 6 months ago, we talked about why to do that. So I'm going to put a link in the description. I'll drop a card down here too to that video so you can check it out. But basically, when someone registers a profile on your site and they get the welcome email, if this setting is set to yes, they will have their username and their password that they chose visible in plain text for them to read and anybody else to read. And it just becomes a security risk for them and kind of a sloppy use of their information because if they don't delete that email, someone else may stumble across it, someone could intercept it, and they already know their password because they just selected it. Although I'll admit that I have selected passwords and forgotten them. Also, just do check out that live stream from January, number 21, because we talked about some other options, and during the chat there, people made some suggestions about one that I'm using, LastPass, and I'm not sure if Peter Van Westen mentioned that. Some other people mentioned it as well, but there's a really good discussion in the chat there that takes place. So check that out. So let's take a look at where we can change this setting. We're going to do it in the Joomla site itself, and then I'll show you how to do it using a new tool that Phil Taylor has set up in myjoomla.com. So we'll go over to the basicjoomla.com site. Remember to get in on the giveaways. Head on to basicjoomla.com, click on giveaways, and you can win one of these. Well, you can win all 3 of these prizes if you're chosen at the end of the month. So I won't spend more time on that today, but go and check those out. So what you want to do is log into the back end of your Joomla site, and you'll notice I just found out that there's an update I need to install, so I will do that later on. And what you want to do is go to System Global Configuration, And then at this point, you want to scroll down to users down at the bottom left and click on users. And then you're going to go here and you will see user options and it says send password. And what you want to do is set that to no. Another way to get to this screen is to go to users, manage, and then when your list of users comes up, you can go to options in the top right corner. But you don't want, I didn't want to do that right now because it'll show the profiles of people who are registered on the basic Joomla.com site. So that's all you need to do is find this user options and mouse over. We can see if set yes, the user's first password will be emailed to the user as part of the registration email. Simply click that to no, click save, and you'll take care of that security hole. That, well, security hole is not really a security hole, but just the, it was one less thing to make it possible, one less opportunity for someone to get someone else's password in a very easy way. And remember last week I mentioned about security for our Joomla sites. Basically, it's like a plane. If you go walking past the plane and you see a rivet is loose, you don't say, well, all the other rivets are probably fine and they're nice and tight. You fix that one rivet because you don't want to lead to something else. And that's what we do when we close things up. Now, in order to show you how on myjoomla.com, there's a tool to help you to change this without logging into your site, especially if you're managing multiple sites through myjoomla.com. I'm just going to set this back down to send password, save, and now I'm going to go over. Here shows where the basic Joomla.com site. I'm managing it on myjoomla.com, and I've already clicked the little eyeball that shows me different issues to address. For instance, if I refresh, we see there's lots of things that I don't need to address on this site that show up in green. So I check this eyeball, poke it in the eye there. We show up with all the reds, and here we have right here, do not allow sending of plain passwords via email. We can click here on investigate, and as it gets the live data, it says, oh look, you're configured to send plain text passwords and emails. I click fix this for me, go ahead and fix the issue, get a bell, and it's all fixed. And if we go back here and go cancel, that's what I was worried was going to happen. We're going to get some emails. I will take that out in a second. Let's go back. All right, there we go. Because we're in the user section, when I closed that, it revealed some users there. Here we see that has been changed. Send password is now set to no because the tool worked. And basically, that's how you go about securing your site just a little bit more. Set your site so they don't send passwords in plain text via email. So we'll wrap things up at that point for this part. Then we'll move on to chatting. If you're watching and if you're leaving at this point, I do want to thank you for your support of this channel. And if you've come to this after it was live, or if you've come to this through a search, or however you found this, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. That would be great. Be very encouraging. And we're up to 941 subscribers. I think I get special chocolate or something at 1,000. Actually, not going to get much at 1,000, but except the thrill of reaching that milestone. So please subscribe. And when you subscribe, or if you're subscribed already, make sure you ring the bell or have rung the bell so that you get notifications of new live streams and new tutorials and reviews as they come out. And actually, I've got one that's almost a year overdue. I've decided I'm going to make myself do it tonight and put it out on the channel tomorrow. It's a review of Next competition extension for running contests on your site. I'll talk more about that, of course, when I put that out. But I've been working on it, and I've got to get it done because I promised a year ago. And but part of the delay is understandable, and I'll talk about that. Anyways, thanks for watching this channel. Thanks for your participation in it. And as always, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.